No, that's a lie. I'm so sorry.
This is take like 52. When I sat down to film
you were
this,
starting.
there were a ton of things that happened.
Yeah.
We had stuff falling off the walls. Nick was trying to do something, and
But now, don't you put this on me. I was not trying to do nothing.
so you guys, my edible just kicked in, and I wanted to come on here and talk about Marlena Stell, Kendall Rae, and Jaclyn Hill. But before we jump into that, I wanted to give a shout out to Emily D. Baker and Gerard Cosmetics, because if you don't know, she just debuted her collab.
3 lip glosses. No, keep going, girl. It is 3 lip glosses, and you can get them in a set like this. You can also get them as singles. This is what the back of the box looks like.
This box itself is literally
nice.
like merch.
It's nice. This is what the inside of it looks like.
It's gorgeous.
It is. It is. It says first edition. It's nice.
I'm sure there'll be a part 2.
Oh, I'm hoping that there is a part 2 because this is a really good collaboration.
Like everything, every little detail, they definitely like overdone themselves.
Purple is so fucking pretty.
It is.
Like the box alone is gorgeous, but then you get like the little boxes in here, and they're so pretty too. I just really like this purple color.
It's really
and you know
cool.
what? I'm not that big into purple, to be honest.
This I thought was a really nice touch. Emily's signature is right there on front of that, and you get a nice little card with it. But I did want to do a giveaway for this because I know a lot of you guys are law nerds. I'm a law nerd. I love Emily. I wanted to do a giveaway of 2 of these box sets. Literally all you have to do to enter this is go over to my Instagram and leave me a comment. What the fuck?
A comment of what?
Your favorite emoji.
Like most used emoji.
Yeah.
Yes.
And on the 25th,
What's gonna happen?
I will do the random comments generator,
Okay.
and I will pick 2 people to win this. I think if you like Emily, even if you don't even know who Emily is and you're seeing this for the first time on my channel, these colors are really, really nice.
Pretty.
They're very complimentary.
Really pretty. Love them.
So if you want to enter that giveaway, I'll link my Instagram down for you guys below.
But also, please do not respond to anybody that says they're using Telegram.
Yeah, no, don't do
We
that.
don't even know what the hell Telegram is like that, and we don't use it. If there's not like a check mark, because he does pay the $14.99 over on Instagram.
I do.
To get the blue check mark. But you know what? It's actually a good thing. You know, no one's making fun of people over on Instagram as much as they were making fun of people over on Twitter.
Yeah.
For paying for the blue check.
I do. I wanted that check mark so bad, and now I have it. It just cost me $18.
I had one and they snatched it away from me.
Well, you changed your name.
No, I'm talking about like when it was like a legacy one. I had one they deleted my account.
Oh yeah, no, I remember.
Yeah.
We know who played a part in that too, but we won't get into that. So moving along, we have to talk about Jaclyn Hill. We've already talked about her pretty much from the rooter to the tutor. If Jaclyn Hill has been in a major scandal, we've pretty much covered it.
Jaclyn Hill has had a lot of scandals in her day on the internet.
She has.
She thrives off of a good scandal though.
She does.
Yeah. Don't they all though? They really do.
They really, truly, they all do. I think that that's what really made the beauty community for a while. It wasn't the makeup, it was the drama that was going on between all these people.
Well, didn't Jeffree Star like admit in the past that beauty gurus would use drama to try to like push like a sale or something?
Yes.
So I mean, it's to be expected. I don't know why Jaclyn's acting so fucking shocked that people are talking about whenever she does something online. Like, while she's sitting there scrolling on Reddit, allegedly. Like, come on. Her and her husband probably sitting in bed. I'm surprised that she has time to actually sit there and scroll Reddit while they're laying in bed together, because apparently she lays in that bed and she screams into her fucking pillow
Because
about
of us.
people talking about her on the fucking internet.
Because of us.
Meanwhile, she's looking at what people are saying. Like,
So you guys may know a lot of the drama that happened with Marlena Stell, Makeup Geek, and Jaclyn Hill. And if you don't, I'm going to fill you in on this video because Marlena just went on the Sesh podcast with Kendall Rae and Janelle, and she told her story again. I don't think she said too many new things, but her story remained the same. That's the one thing I will say about Marlena. She has always had a consistent story when it comes to Jaclyn Hill. So if you do know about the drama and everything that happened with Marlena Stell and Jaclyn, you will remember that Jaclyn Hill has not really said too much about Marlena and how all of that shit transpired. But as I've been doing my research for my big video that I'm working on, I saw a receipt and I wanted to put it in this video because it's notable. Back in August of 2017, someone tweeted to Jaclyn Hill and said, "You did Marlena real dirty. I'm so disappointed." And Jaclyn Hill responded to this.
Oh, did she?
She did. She said, "You do realize that no one actually knows what happened. Everything you've heard is just speculation, dramatic opinions, and assumptions."
Girl, I bet it the fuck is. I honestly bet it the fuck is. Remember when she put out like her explaining the lipstick video and the things that she was like putting out were like allegedly on Google and people just Googled them? It's like, girl, like, come on.
Well, Jaclyn Hill eventually did do a video called Let's Talk, and we're going to get into that in just a little bit.
That's what I don't get about Jaclyn Hill is she claims that everything. I remember what she was talking about in that video that you were just about to talk about, where she said that like 85% of what drama channels say is like not the truth and it's all fucking lies. So here's the fucking thing. If any influencer out there is saying that everything drama channels talk about is lies, when literally drama channels can't fucking move unless the fucking influencer fucking moves.
Right.
Why don't they sit down in a video with these receipts and all this fucking proof of what people are dragging them for and apparently what people are lying about? It's really not that hard. It's really, honest to God, it's not
though.
It's not, but you know why they can't do that? Because they'd be lying.
Well, this new round of Marlena talking out started back in March because she put out a pretty lengthy tweet thread about Jaclyn. So let me read that for you guys.
No one is afraid to publicly support you, Jaclyn. They're just tired of the lies defiling the beauty space and tarnishing everyone else's reputations. I would tag you, but you blocked me because I was a genuine friend who wasn't a yes woman and actually cared beyond a dollar sign. When you surround yourself with only people who coddle and tell you what you want to hear, there's no room for self-reflection and growth. The victim mentality is exhausting. I've been there too during the lowest points of my life, but then I grew up and realized I am in charge of what happens in my life, not everyone else. By the way, not cool stealing a small creator's brand, then having the audacity to make light of it. I would say you should know how hard it is to start a brand from scratch too, but that also was a lie. What makes me the saddest is the girl we all fell in love with isn't even the one we see now. Not sure if she truly ever existed, but if she did, we'd love to see her back.
I promise you right here and now that I will never sell out. I promise you that I will never lie to you. I promise you that I will never put money above my relationship with my subscribers. I promise you that I will stay true to myself and I will stay true to you. I promise you that I will only talk about things that I genuinely love. I promise you.
So after that tweet thread, I think is when the Reddit post came out. Now, Marlena really did drag Jaclyn Hill in this Reddit post. Did you see it?
Yes.
She showed the pictures in her warehouse of all this makeup that she had ordered, and Jaclyn Hill basically made her waste $1 million on. Now, that's why I want to talk about the Let's Talk video a little bit, because in this video, Jaclyn Hill addressed a lot of things. She addressed drama channels, as Nick just said, and then she got to the part where she basically pleaded for Marlena to say what she could do to make this right. If you want to make it right, Jaclyn, give her $1 million.
Give her the money that she lost out on. I mean, Jaclyn should be good for it.
That would just be a start.
Yeah.
I think that she should give her money back plus interest.
Yeah.
And it's been a long freaking time because I think this all took place in like 2015.
I don't know.
It was definitely
It was a long time ago.
I think it was 2015 because Jaclyn says that in the video because she said 2015 was going to be when the product would have to launch.
Well, something else that she said in her video is that when Morphe, like she was doing the whole thing with Morphe, and it was also around the time of the Makeup Geek, she was like, how am I going to come out with a palette with Morphe with all these different shades for this amazing price point? But then it's like a 9-pan thing over here with Makeup Geek. In my opinion, the price for Makeup Geek was justified in the sense that I think that that was a more luxurious type of brand than Morphe.
You know what though? That is actually,
my opinion.
that's insulting. If I was Marlena, I would take offense to that because basically Jaclyn Hill is admitting to you on the screen that she wanted to work with a lesser quality brand to make more money, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's what I got from that. That to me was her just basically stepping in her own shit.
Yeah.
And just so you guys know that we're not making any of this up out of this Let's Talk video, I want you to watch some of it.
Very quickly, I'm just going to tell you guys what actually happened between me and Makeup Geek professionally, okay? We were working on a collaboration. We were gonna do an eyeshadow palette that was 9 different shades. A couple of them were gonna be shades that Makeup Geek already sold, and a couple of them were gonna be shades that I custom created. It was an all neutral palette, and I was very excited about it. I had signed a contract with Morphe and with Becca, and I was already in collaboration with the both of them. I had already launched Champagne Pop, and I was about to launch my Morphe palette. No, that's a lie. I'm so sorry. I was not about to launch my palette with Jaclyn, like the JH2. I thought I was going to, but it kept getting pushed back further and further and further and further and further because I was being such a picky asshole. So I was already in contract with both Becca and Morphe at this time though. Manny was also collaborating with Makeup Geek as well. And as you guys know, he released a product with them. So we were trying to figure out like the timeline of me and Manny and our palettes coming out and us both having enough time because no influencer ever wants to like have their product launch and then like 3 weeks later, another big influencer launches their product with the same brand too, you know, because then you're just kind of like sales are being competed and people are like, oh, I don't have enough money for both. So like brands always try to stretch out like the period in between collaborations for obvious reasons, right? So they're trying to sort that out, and I was trying to sort out when I was going to launch with Makeup Geek because of the fact that I had a big launch with Becca coming up, which was my face palette, and I also had the Jaclyn Hill palette coming out with Morphe, which were two big things. Again, I was already in contract for. So people are saying all over the internet that I'm such a bitch because I flaked on her and then she finally canceled it and she called it off because I wasn't responding to emails and I refused to sign the contract. There's so much BS out there about this. And I've apologized to Marlena about all of this, and if I've ever hurt her feelings, you know, in our personal conversations, I've asked her, is there something I can do to make this right for you, you know? But at the end of the day, the collaboration just didn't make sense. For business-wise, it didn't make sense. So this email dated on August 19th, 2015 says, I totally understand. Air costs are so expensive. At the same time, the public doesn't care about air costs and we can't explain that to them, which is so frustrating. I'm just being 100% honest with you and upfront because I know my audience. If we drop the price, it will sell within 2 months, I'm sure. At blank dollars, I'm not gonna say the price because I just don't want to. I don't think it's necessary. The collaboration didn't happen. And if Makeup Geek has lowered their prices since then or upped their price or whatever, I'm not gonna sit here and say this was the price of my palette and, you know, and whatever. I just don't wanna say it. So I'm blurring it out. But I said, at blank dollars, it may sit around for 6 to 8 months, which I can't do that because I have signed a contract with Morphe to launch a palette in December, and we are now trying to push it back since this palette got pushed back. Then I go on to say, I am wondering how you feel about putting this project on hold and launching Manny's palette first and then launching mine in spring. Or it could be in the beginning of next year and Manny could be spring. Since this has been so delayed, it's honestly giving me anxiety because I signed my contract with Morphe months ago and I have been working on our collab for a very long time. It was supposed to be a holiday launch and now I feel like the Makeup Geek palette and Morphe palette are going to cross paths and it's gonna be a mess for all of us. And then when I found out the price they're gonna charge, I was just like, well crap, because these are 9 eyeshadows and the price for 9 eyeshadows was fairly more expensive than my 35 shadows with Morphe. And I was like, this is a terrible look. If I've got this palette over here, 35 colors for such an incredible price, and at the same time I've got a 9 color palette with a different brand for even more than the 35 color palette, they're gonna be like, I just didn't believe in the price. I understand it is expensive to make makeup here in the United States and to do everything here and not go overseas. I get it, it's expensive. I understand. I am currently in the labs, currently working on my own product here. I understand. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that it was not a good fit for my brand. Then I say, these are just my current thoughts. I'm trying to find a way to add less stress for everyone. I hope I don't stress you out with this, but I think that if we keep trying to move forward at a fast pace and spend blank amount on air shipping, it's going to be a mess. Please bounce your thoughts back at me.
I'm actually here for Marlena finally stepping up for once and like trying to call Jaclyn out because she's been on her ass a lot lately.
See, personally, I thought that Marlena was going to eventually do this about Jaclyn. I just thought it was going to be closer. As I said earlier, you know, influencers use drama to like push something. Marlena's about to come out with a new brand. So I thought that that would have been the moment. That was just me being a little shady.
It's honestly smart because it's a story that people are into. They want to know more about. And I think that Marlena does a really good job of giving you just enough to keep you coming back. So when she talks about it the next time, people want to hear it because that is a story that people never really got closure on because Jaclyn Hill apparently has never made it right with Marlena.
No.
And I don't think it's wrong for her to ask her to make it right. I think Jaclyn Hill should get out her checkbook and write Marlena Stell a check for $1.5 million.
She should push a few more Amazon products over in her Instagram stories and then she could afford it.
Yeah, sure. Her and Jordan have enough of those codes. Yeah. I'm sure they make plenty of money. Hell, I think that Morphe ended up having to pay her share. Was it what? Like
I don't know. I heard that she might have not gotten that.
She probably did.
I don't know.
She got it.
I don't know.
If anybody got money out of that, I'm sure she did.
If she didn't get that money, I'm sure she's blowing up Linda's cell phone. Like, bitch. The messages start showing up green for Jaclyn. I was like, why are you not answering?
No, they'd be showing up green because Jaclyn Hill would actually go buy an Android because Linda wouldn't expect that. Yeah. Because that's beneath Linda. She's never going to carry an Android phone.
That's why she got married in California because she had to show up at Linda's house. She's like, hey, bitch, where's my money?
I have to do something before we go say our vows.
It was a pit stop. That's why a lot of people think that she looked angry on her wedding day. She did. She looked a little upset. I don't know.
Well, speaking of, and I don't mean to take away from the conversation we're having about Jaclyn, Michaela's getting ready for her wedding, and I think that she's about to lose it, girl.
I don't know. She keeps going through this like hair thing. What I think happened with Michaela's hair is I think that she got in the water in New Jersey because she was there with Benefit, and she just recently lightened it. That's what her like whole goal has been, is to lighten her hair. Now today she threw some
This close to her wedding, like, that's really insane.
She dumped some.
But getting back to Jaclyn, Marlena has been on her ass for a minute, and if somebody owed me $1 million, I would be the same way. So I do think that Marlena may be using this drama just a little bit, but I don't blame her.
Use it.
She was wrong. Like, it would be different if she was the person that wronged someone else and then she came out with the story. In my opinion, Jaclyn Hill was 100% dirty for that, and I felt for Marlena in this Reddit post when I saw all of these fucking palettes, you guys, because it has Jaclyn Hill's like dog's names on it. Like, she couldn't deny that if she tried. But if you have not heard this Reddit post, I'll read it for you.
I'm tired of staying quiet, especially after the Kaylin incident, because that's yet another woman in a lineup of many who have been done dirty by a manipulative liar. I'm tired of not speaking everything in fear of being called a hater looking for relevancy. But since I closed my brand already, I don't have to worry about being told I'm trying to drum up sales. Been holding this all in for 7 years. I've forgiven Jaclyn for losing Makeup Geek $1 million, even though it was a shit move and hurt my company horribly. I should have gotten the contract signed, but never imagined a friend would pull out knowing the inventory was already in-house. Hardest life lesson I ever learned. I even texted her pictures of all the crates of products sitting in my warehouse. That's why Makeup Geek struggled so much after 2016 was a literal $1 million worth of product was ordered. Retail revenue actually lost was $4.5 million. $1 million was just what was invested in product ordered. Many boring palettes happened after that in an effort to recover costs. Because I had 100k units, I ended up tossing thousands of them last year when I announced Makeup Geek's closure. But what hurt even worse than the financial wreckage was her pretending to be a friend only to drop me like a toilet wad as soon as she found someone else to give her what she wanted. Info on how to start a makeup brand. Meanwhile, I was thinking it was a true friendship, so I went out of my way to give her secretive info like labs and packaging connects. I even drove her personally to San Francisco from Napa to do an in-person meeting with a vendor to help her with her lipsticks. She was Makeup Geek's biggest affiliate, so I could have just not helped her knowing it was technically competition for another brand. But I knew how hard it was starting a brand from scratch with no help. I believed in her and actually did love her like a friend and wanted to see her succeed. She's crazy talented in makeup. Once Jaclyn became friends with Linda, not only was I dropped, but she took Linda to every lab I gave to her. I put my reputation on the line by asking favors from my vendors to meet with her. The final straw of friendship for me was me seeing her at my lab with Linda the same day as me while she blew me off and stated she was too busy to meet me for even a coffee. She lied saying she had errands and couldn't meet up. Meanwhile, the afternoon, my team sees her and Linda at my lab while we're there. That was the day I knew who Jaclyn truly was, and I felt stupid and deceived. I messaged Jaclyn months before Lipstick Gate and told her I was hurt all this time and stated my feelings about the shady business practices of Morphe, lying about the restocking vegan palettes, subpar quality, etc. When I stated it was a shit move to pull out of the collab, she had no remorse and said, "What do you want me to do, Marlena?" And yes, I warned her about the lab, but she did a rush job and went with them anyways. I knew it was a rush job when Lipstick Gate happened because my other vendors who denied the last minute requests from Morphe told me, again, that's why I was vocal about Lipstick Gate, because I knew what happened even as she was lying through her teeth. It hasn't been one thing with her, but a repeated series of lies, stepping on other women to serve her what she wants, stealing other brands, blaming everyone else for her poor morals, and so much more. I know I've been blunt lately, but honestly, I'm fucking fed up. And no, I won't do a video because her fans are rabid and I want to keep some semblance of peace after working so hard the last 4 years to get rid of toxic people and things in my life. I should probably not blast her on social even, but the Kaylin instance was so damn shitty that I'm just fed up. So that's why I post here and there, cause it's hard to keep quiet when I see so much shit happening to other women too. Stealing Cozy from Kaylin and mocking the trademark was disgusting. Don't get me started on lying about her family-owned business either. Decca CEO, Jen Gerard, myself, Kaylin, and now Lana, these are just some of the people wrecked by Jaclyn's selfish and shady moves. There's a common denominator here, and it's not all of us. Thank you for letting me rant. That felt good to release.
So you guys are going to have to let me know what you think about all of this, because honestly, I'm here for Marlena. I think that Marlena is 100% in the right. I'm team Marlena, and until something else changes, I think Jaclyn Hill should cash app her some money.
Yeah, I don't think that anything's ever ever going to change in that. I don't think that Jaclyn's ever going to sit down and actually address it and tell the truth about it. Jaclyn has already said her truth. That's what it is.
Her truth.
That's what it is. And she spent like a good majority of that video trying to say that drama channels are all liars and telling people.
Yeah, well, what was really interesting about the whole Let's Talk video that I put in is that Jaclyn Hill showed receipts from emails, right? And she's talking about these emails, how she checked the internet to see if they were there. Girl, if they were emails that you sent or were sent to you from Makeup Geek or Marlena, you would know.
Yeah, you wouldn't have like your old business emails in there just for situations like this. She had
other old emails. Why wouldn't she have those?
Funny how that works. She has some receipts for things that have happened in her life, but other times it's gone with the wind, bitch.
I love when my tweets delete themselves. It's really magical.
Yeah.
But you guys, let me know your thoughts and opinions on all this down below. I think that Jaclyn Hill is going to come back and she's going to throw shade at Marlena, and it's going to piss Marlena off, and we'll probably end up getting a little bit more than we got before.
I don't think she's going to throw any shade at her.
She will.
I don't know. I don't really see Jaclyn coming back and shading Marlena. I think she's going to try to distance herself and not talk about it, because she did have Jordan go on that podcast around the same time that podcast came out with Marlena. A fucking mess.
We're going to talk about that in next video.
God.
Also, you guys, don't forget to go over to Instagram to enter this giveaway that I'm going to run through the 25th. If you want to, all you have to do is leave me a comment with one of your recent emojis or your most used emojis to enter this. So you guys, let me know all your thoughts and opinions down below, and we will see you all in my next video.
Bye.
Bye, guys.